Welcome to my tips for the AFL in round 3. This is the first video that I've put out for AFL ratings and tips, but just wanted to give people a bit of an idea of how I am going in the AFL up till this round. It's only been 2 rounds, but I am currently sitting first in the Betfair tipping comp, and I have a total score so far of 15 off those 2 rounds. But let's jump in and have a look at what we have for round 3. So what I've done here is put in each of the games, who I think the predicted winner is, what their chance of winning actually is, the predicted margin for that game, and the current odds and handicap that are available in the market. So, interestingly, round 3, it has tipped, well, my ratings have tipped every single favourite, which is not that unusual, but it's nicer when we've got a few upsets because that's how you end up getting to the top of the tipping comps and can be the places where you can make the most money. So let's have a quick look at each game and see what we think. So Essendon versus Port Adelaide. Got Port Adelaide there, a 60% chance of winning, so the away side there. The margin, it's predicted to be 7, so it's going to be a pretty close game. The market has them at $1.63 and winning by 7 to 8 points. Second game is Carlton versus Western Bulldogs. We've gone the Western Bulldogs. Again, the away side here, they've got a 58% chance of winning with a predicted margin of 5. The odds are $1.81, and the handicap there is 3 points. So we've got a couple of points advantage there on the handicap with the Western Bulldogs to cover the spread. Melbourne versus the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast is just favourites here. They are at 51%. This could have been a 50-50 game. It's going to be the game that pretty much will be one of those that helps in tipping comps or completely hurts in tipping comps by the end of the year. These 50-50 games are the ones you need to get right. Now, it's predicted Gold Coast by 1. The odds are $1.90 and the handicap's essentially 0 to 1. I will look at this game and look to put out an updated video later this week once I know the teams and we are closer to the games. It's not a game you can probably tip this early, but early on, it looks like Gold Coast have the slight edge. So we'll see how we go. They will be my early tips put in. I may go and change those before the kickoff. St Kilda versus Richmond. St Kilda is a 79% chance of winning, a 25-point margin. Their odds are $1.23. They're predicted to win by 27 to 28. Pretty simple tip there. Everyone's going to go St Kilda. Brisbane Geelong. The tip is Brisbane. They're a 70% chance of winning. I've got a margin of 16. The odds are $1.46. The handicap's 14. Everyone's going to tip Brisbane in that. It's a nothing game for tipping comps. Hawthorn versus GWS. Hawthorn is a 73% predicted winner with a 23-point margin, odds of $1.47, 13-point handicap. That is probably where the best bet is that I can see for this round. Hawthorn should easily cover that spread. We've then got Adelaide and North Melbourne, where Adelaide are the favourites and the tip at 85% chance of winning. Their predicted margin is 34. They're $1.13 in the odds. Their handicap is pretty much 39 to 40, so there might be something there on North Melbourne covering the spread there. And last game, West Coast versus Fremantle. The tip is Fremantle, 75% chance of winning. predicted margin of 24, odds of $1.26, and the market also thinks it's about a 24-point handicap, so no bets there either. So realistically, you're probably looking at the top 3 games being important to tipping, and maybe the Brisbane versus Geelong game, just because Geelong supporters will tip Geelong. That's probably the only 4 games that matter in this round in tipping comps. As far as betting, the only one there that is greatly different right now appears to be Hawthorn, which should cover that 13-point handicap fairly easily. That's pretty much it for the AFL early tipping. I will look, and if I do change any of these, I will put them up later in the week, but do keep in mind team changes and late changes due to injuries and things like that can alter these tips. So if they do, I will try to get a video up towards the end of the week. But this is what I'm currently tipping in round 3. Since this is the first AFL video I've put on here, I will be putting an AFL video out each week. I also put out NRL videos, and I also put out racing selections as well, which are profitable. So they're kind of the 3 sports that I am the most interested in being in Australia. So if you're interested in those, feel free to subscribe, like the video, all those kind of things. Comment if you disagree with any of these tips. And I'm going to leave it there. So if you are following the tips, good luck, and look for a updated video later in the week. Thanks for watching.